Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room. Today we have Sunless Skies. I've done the service, I guess, of skipping over the beginning of this tutorial by not realizing the record button hadn't been pressed. It's 2 in the morning as I record. You understand. You've not missed much. Let's see. We're driving a train through space. Our captain is dying. They took us to some place called the Blue Kingdom, and that was a mistake. But we're on our way back. The captain's, again, dying, presumably from something in the Blue Kingdom. They say it's a land of the dead and should not be disturbed. We found the wreckage of another train and liberated a cannon and a bat from it. And we've just defeated these marauders, and we spoke to the captain. Their last will was for us to be a better captain than they. We're on our way back towards the nearest port. This is going to be a shorter episode because it's 2 in the morning. Please. And I've already been recording. I'm not recording, but going for a bit. And there's a lot of reading in this one, so I think these will be shorter episodes just in general. But this one will be like 10 minutes. It's going to be short, real short. But we've got some ill-gotten gains. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned if you make it back to port. I'm learning how to drive. It's not going well. I'm not even sure where I'm going, to be completely honest. This is a thing. That's a scout I just sent out. It's relayed its findings. I guess that's this button. That means station. There's horror. Horror is a thing our scouts can find. That's alarming. Let's see, we just need to head leftish. It's March 18th, 1905. Bancroft's Forum. So I guess we're gonna head this way. I am quite enjoying the aesthetic of this game. A distant clamor of engine yards, an accretion of smog on the windows. New Winchester. Whoops. That's probably not how you're supposed to dock. Just kind of slam into the side there. Arrival at New Winchester. You coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and the steam of Wolvesey Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a brusque station master bustles over. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger. The usual formalities. We're going to look to the Orphan's doctor. He has just appeared at your shoulder. His face is solemn, his hat in his hands. He lowers his eyes. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The Orphean itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that, unfortunately, Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half before continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Alright, is this our opening into creating a captain? Today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. But 10 years ago, before the Northern Gate was opened, before the renewed Empress led her people into the skies, it lay in a vast cavern far beneath the earth, deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? This is interesting. We could be a street urchin, no parents, no laws, no masters, but also no roof over your head, no money, and often no dinner. Freedom comes at a price. We'll begin with high veils, the skill of evading and deceiving. Could be a soldier. Yours was not to reason why. Yours was but to do and die. Begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. I think that's what we're gonna go with, just from the little bit I played off camera. This is the impression I get from our current captain. Oh, another thing. There was a difficulty option at the beginning. It expects our captains to die, and we'll have to make new ones. We could also be a poet. The pen, the ink, the blank, monstrous page. High hearts. An academic, a student of the sciences, the arts, of philosophy. Ooh, there's a few more of these. A priest, hymns and hymnals, Sundays and sermons. This is also hearts. A sailor. You roved the mournful, merciless waters of the Untersee. Might do that one. It just looks interesting. A ministry auditor. For a time you served at the Ministry of Public Decency, which has become Her Majesty's preferred instrument. Or a revolutionary. The world is broken. One way for the rich, another for the poor. You decided to do something about it. I do believe we'll go with sailor. You were a Z captain. You remember bats winging across the still black sea, the distant lights of London calling you home, salty prayers offered to heedless gods. It was a hard life, and often a short one, but you made your mark. Did we smuggle? Her Majesty's Navy had a great many opinions on what should and shouldn't be sold in her territories. Your own opinions were rather different. You explored. Yours were far, lonely journeys. You endured nameless hardships. You rallied your crew in the face of utmost uncertainty. Okay. Or you bought and you sold. You were a merchant. A precarious life lived on the knife edge between fortune and ruin. We're gonna go with we explored. Ooh. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? It could be wealth. You want a comfortable retirement, and by comfortable, you mean extravagant. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars. Many more have failed, broken and lost in the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port, and retire. Ooh. Ooh, do we get to pick win conditions? I like it. Fame. You will immortalize your exploits in the song of the sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in the hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure you'll succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. It's a good line. Or the truth. Even the stars have secrets, but they won't keep them from you. A message from an old friend begins an unwise quest to learn a secret that the stars hide. What drives you? Curiosity? Justice? Insolence? Whatever it is, it will be tested. Be warned, this is a demanding ambition, best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. Good to know. We'll go with fame. Alright. This is a lot. And I would love to go through it, but it is, again, 2 in the morning. I'm not going to have terribly much time to edit this, even if it is only 10 or so minutes. So we're going to do a random avatar. Term of address: citizen, captain, my lord, my lady, specialist, doctor, professor, officer, archivist, principal, administrator, secretary. Wow, there's a lot of these. Hold on. Intendant, nurse, comrade, brother, sister, reverend, madam, sir. And we're back to citizen. Okay, we're gonna go with captain. We're a captain. Oh no. I like this a lot, yeah. Captain Whipple. Great. Okay. Continue. 25 iron. Fantastic. We're gonna start the game and call it for this episode. Oh. Good lord. Ooh, advice for captains. Before you leave New Winchester, it may be prudent to buy more supplies. You can buy them at the Victoria Market. To visit the market, select it from the menu that appears to the left of the main panel on the selection, or mouse over. Officers and mascots. Oh, there's a lot of these. In addition to your ordinary crew, you now have an officer, or perhaps a mascot. You'll need to formally appoint them before you can benefit from their skills, abilities, or animal charisma. To do this, open the officers panel while in port. And scouts, oh yeah. 3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for the Serene Mausoleum. Now you sit, with a handful of her relatives, in the threadbare offices of her solicitors. A methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy, once, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. Listen to the end. The captain's relatives, from whom she was mostly estranged, are clearly wondering why you are here. In a final codicil, the notary announces, Captain Whitlock confirmed that possession of the Orphean was to pass to its first officer. He peers at you with dry gray eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the Orphean's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that, at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card, and deposit it there. You are not to look inside. She gave no explanation. And that's it. You're captain now. The Orphean is yours. We've received Captain Whitlock's legacy, just a black box. Yeah, and 100 sovereigns. Could take the box to London as requested, or you could sell it and be done. We could also investigate it. Oh man. The clamoring central station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you can find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's service. All right. Lots of options here. I don't know how to save. Does it perhaps autosave? We're going to hope that it autosaves. Or maybe it saves when you quit. Oh, that did just go... That did just close the whole thing. Whoops. Well, I've been Atticus. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. I'm looking forward to more Sunless Skies. This seems like a fun experience, even if it is a bit rough on the old vocal cords. But, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow with more Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. And with that, goodbye.